Hey, Jessie Douglas coming to you from my home studio in Los Angeles. And I just literally gotten out of the car where I was driving back and forth from downtown Los Angeles today, which is quite a ways from my studio. And I wanted to share something kind of fun, kind of cool, kind of interesting, and I think you'll enjoy it. On my way downtown today, again, I live in Los Angeles, so 99.9% of us drive cars, otherwise the city would come to a screeching halt. And as I was driving to downtown today and home, I can't tell you how many cars I was behind or I saw that had license plate frames that said a particular thing. Now, if you're not familiar with cars or license plates, every car on the back and on the front has a license plate, but every license plate has a frame around it, and it could say Bob Smith's Honda or Tucson, Arizona, or whatever. But there's a store here that sells license plates, and it's a big chain store, that on the frame it starts by saying, I would rather be, and then down here it says swimming, skiing, snowboarding at Lake Tahoe in Hawaii, playing golf. Basically it says, I would rather be anywhere but here. And I started to think about that, and I thought, Jess, you're being a little hard on it. It's kind of cute. I mean, they're just trying to tell you that they love snowboarding or reading or Mono Lake or Lake Tahoe or Tucson or wherever that is. But let's just take a look at that really quickly because it sparked something in me. And again, this is about the little ways that we get thrown off of our balance or our center or thrown off of our day. And here are a few examples. And perhaps you don't have a car or perhaps you don't drive, but the concept is really interesting. To have on the back of my personal car, I would rather be anywhere but here, was sort of alarming to me when I actually really thought about it today. So I understand that there are some days, some moments where you can't find sort of a redeeming quality in that moment. I get that. And I suppose what I want to say is, isn't there always a way to find at least one moment of where we are at that moment is a great thing or a calming thing or a pleasant thing or a beneficial thing, even by surprise? So for instance, I can hear people saying, oh, Jesse, you don't get it at all. I'm on the 405, I'm with 5 million other people in Southern California. The traffic's going 2 miles an hour. I'm miserable. Yeah, I would rather be anywhere else but here. Okay. Or, oh, Jesse, you don't understand. I live in Manhattan, and the morning commute is miserable. The subways are so jammed that I can never even fit on the train. I always have to wait for the next one or the bus because the door's closed. There are too many people on it. What if in that one moment in traffic on the freeway where you're just miserable and you're not going anywhere, and maybe you're late, and maybe you're late for your kid's game. Been there, done that. Maybe you're late for a job interview. I get that. I've been there. The truth is you are there anyway. There's not a lot of huffing and puffing that's going to help move the traffic. Your anger is not going to stimulate the traffic controller in LA to say, okay, let's move it forward. Susie Smith is really bummed we're in the traffic, and we just got to get this rolling here. She's late for her kid's game. That's not going to happen. The point is, you are there anyway, even though you would rather be almost anywhere else. So what if in the traffic situation, there are so many examples, and I'm not going to make this a long video, but what if this traffic situation, you're sitting there, you're just burning up, you're late, you're mad, you're angsting, you're stressing, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this again. What if you just stopped and thought, okay, I'm here anyway. I'm sitting down. I'm healthy enough to be driving or going to work or going to the game. There's nothing I can really do about this traffic. So why don't I take a moment just to find the benefit of this moment? Or maybe it's just that it's maybe one time in your day where you can just stop. Stop talking to the boss, stop talking to your co-workers, stop rushing because you aren't going anywhere anyway, right? Stop stressing. Maybe it's a time in the day where you remember to take a breath. What if on your personal license plate, whether you have a car or not, on your personal license plate, instead of saying, I would rather be somewhere else other than where I am, why don't at those times of the day when there are long lines at the grocery store, or you didn't get the concert ticket that you've been on the phone on hold for all day, or the job's not going well, or you can't stand this or that or the other thing, and you want to be anywhere but where you are, what if in that exact moment, if you thought about it, pick the one thing that's beneficial to being there. If I didn't have this job, I wouldn't have met my best friend. If I didn't have this job, I wouldn't have had that great birthday party that they threw for me last year, and nobody's ever done that for me before. If I didn't have this job, I would never have figured out that red is my color because my friend Lila wears red all the time. I don't know. What if in that one moment when you would rather be anywhere but here, turn that around to, I would rather be here. Because you're there anyway. Have a great day. You're here.